Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we got some brand new kind of cool content in NHL. It looks like they gave us a full line from prior events with updated overalls and actual usable cards. Some of them are actually pretty cool, so we are going to break all of those down as usual, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, approaching 26,000 subscribers, and check me out on Twitch, guys. I'm live every single day at noon Eastern time. I think I'm at 240 straight days of streaming, I think. Anyways, let's get into the video. So as always, just touch quickly on the prime times. Mikko Rantanen now up to a 98. He is one of the better left-handed winger cards in the game just because he's so big, and basically all of his stats now are maxed out at 99, as well as Jeff Petrie. He's been an unbelievable right-handed defenseman card. Weber as well, good, great shot and size. Speed has always been kind of an issue, but now he's getting into that spot where it doesn't really matter. And then Alec Martinez as well rounds out if you are looking for a cheaper in the lower to mid-90s in terms of left-handed defensemen. All right, let's talk about the latest cards from past events. All right, so we got brand new Winter National cards. We'll start with the 88 Sean Burke, 6'4". And while he's not really usable, his synergies are nice. Distributor, Swarm, and Heart and Soul all getting +2, except for Heart and Soul. So that's not bad for a backup. Not really usable, but he is the lone representative here from Canada. Then we've got the 92 Jacob Vrana, 6'2" to Barrage, Wingman, and Gladiator. A decent card as well. If you have most of the team-based synergies, again, you'll almost max him out. But outside of his skating, speed can get up to 92, acceleration all the way up to 96. This is more than a usable card. And again, for anyone that's, still just trying to build their team, maybe started the game late, these are the kind of cards, like I said, that can really help you kind of round out that team, because at this stage of the game, there's so many synergies that almost everything can get up to, the high 90s. So not a bad option here in the 92 Verona. Following him, we've got a new 92 overall Miro Heiskanen into Barrage, which almost maxes out his slap shot. Gladiator gets his body checking up to 92, and then Speedster gets his speed up to 92 as well, with Distributor to 95. Acceleration can only get to 92, but again, everything else is in the high 90s with team-based synergies. I really liked the Miro Heiskanen card when he first came out, the Master Set. I am the 90 overall. It was in my lineup for such a long time. But nonetheless, a really, really cool card. And, yeah, if you're a Miro Heiskanen fan, this is a great option for you. Then we've got the 95 Daniel Sedin with 2 to Spark, 2 to Howitzer, and 1 to Gladiator. The thing I like about these cards is that most of them are usable. A lot of the times they've been releasing cards like old Legends and things like that. They just haven't really been usable at this stage of the game. These ones totally are. Speed can get to 96, and everything else is in the high 90s. This is an awesome card, and again, if you're a fan of the Sedins, these are great options because they're also the 95 overall HENRIK Sedin with Thief, Howitzer, and Spark. Again, this one will be a much better centerman for you. And again, speed can get up to 94, and with Howitzer, everything else is essentially 99. Really, really fun cards, and good on EA for giving us some Sedins that we can use at the end game. And then lastly, from the new Winter National cards, we've got the 96 Seth Jones, 2 to Distributor, Magician, and Shutdown. And again, really usable. And I think that Seth Jones, obviously notable for coming out and saying that he wants to test free agency and leave Columbus. So if anyone is looking to grab a Seth Jones card, this is totally usable, especially with 94 acceleration, speed, or shot in the high 90s in terms of his slap shot. And then all of his hand stats and defensive stats are perfect. So a really, really good card. Seth Jones cards have been incredible in NHL 21. Then, out of nowhere, we've got the new Halloween set. We've got the 92 Jimmy Carson with Swarm, Thief, and Wingman. Well, he's, again, he's got a right-handed shot, and he has 99 face-offs with Thief activated. And, speed can get to 91, acceleration up to 95. Everything else is 99, essentially. A really fun-looking card here. And, again, if you're an old LA King fan, this would be a nice addition. And, again, like I said, it's cool that they're adding these old alumni cards with actual stats that are usable at this stage of the game, because a lot of the times they just upgrade their stats by +5 to each, and they're still too slow. So the 92 Jimmy Carson, definitely usable, especially at center in this game. Then we've got the 94 Curtis Joseph. Not gonna lie, Curtis Joseph cards will probably never be usable in NHL 21, something that we talk about in the wish list series. But yeah, any goaltender that's under 6 foot, 1 or 2, it's pretty tough to use. Although he's got good synergies, and again, if you're trying to make an all-time team, these are the kind of cards that are kind of cool to you. He'll be cheap for sure. Then we've got the 94 Rod, Gilbert, Heart and Soul, Workhorse, and Speedster. for on the right winger. He's got 92 speed with distributor, 92 acceleration, and then high 90s pretty much everything else. Only 5'9", so not really good enough here, but nonetheless, it's not completely unusable. Then we've got the 94 Brian Campbell balanced wingman and speedster. Really cool card. I love Brian Campbell as a Sabre and as a Shark for a season. With 94 speed, 94 acceleration, this makes him actually usable, which is awesome, what I was talking about throughout this whole episode. And again, everything else is in the high 90s, so really fun card and someone I'll probably try and pick up for sure. And then we've got the 96 Brent Burns, and you read that right winger. The forward, Brent Burns, makes his return as a bit of pretty much staple of the summertime cards throughout the year. 2 to balance, 2 to howitzer, and 1 to light the lamp. Gives the 6'5" forward 93 speed, 91 acceleration, and then 99 everything else. This is a really cool card, and I'm excited to grab this Brent Burns, who you can play at forward. And then finally, the 96 overall Dave Anderchuk with 2 to swarm, howitzer, and thief. Gigantic, 6'4", 220, 93 speed, 90 acceleration, but everything else is 99. You could definitely use this card if you're a fan of Patrick Laine, the Anthony Mantha cards, all of those guys. Dave Anderchuk is going to play really well for you. I know a lot of Pro-M players that love to control him, and even if you can't, like if you're not very good with the big slow players, now is the time to try him out. Like, you know, going into NHL 22, the summertime is really your best shot at trying to improve your game, and you really want to get a little bit better with the bigger players and understand how to control them and use them correctly, and this Dave Anderchuk card is a great one if you're looking to control TOA. And then lastly, guys, I just want to touch on it. These guys have been leaked. The max overall fantasy items have been shown here in the collections. And again, we're at a stage here now where everything is going to be 99. The 99 Brock Besser, the 99 Sean Couturier, Cale Makar, and Mark Stone. So I got to go ahead and say here, Mark Stone has kind of been flamed throughout this, release that he just was too slow. This Mark Stone card is going to be one of the best forwards that you can get in the game. Because once you get to 99, size is what the next thing that you can improve upon. And a 6'3", 202 to forward is just absolutely nuts. So be on the lookout for these guys, all at 99. You can create them, just not yet, it looks like, as there is a slight delay, but they have been leaked here. So eventually we are going to get these. And my goodness, this Couturier card's been one of the best the entire year. But Cale Makar and specifically Mark Stone is going to improve the most as he can get to a full 99 at 6'3". All right, guys, so that is going to do it for all of the content today. I got to say, I really appreciate EA giving some crazy new random content. Makes it a lot more fun for sure, especially with all the Goldmaster icons now out. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below, guys, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.